All right, the last tool that we need to work with is the anchor point tool. Before we begin with it, we're going to use our selection tool and we're going to click to select the entire swan. We're going to be working on this area of the neck where it goes into the head and doesn't quite look right. So this anchor point tool is nested underneath the pen tool. So use the flyout menu and choose the anchor point tool. If you click an anchor point with this tool, the direction lines are removed and it becomes a corner point. So a smooth would become a corner point. It's also used to either remove one or both direction handles or to convert it the opposite direction. So we're going to move this new cursor over this corner point. Well, it's a corner coming in and a curve going out the other direction. So when we see our cursor as an upside down V or a caret, don't let it look like, I just saw it there. Don't let it be that bendy line. We're not trying to bend this line. We actually want to go to this anchor and see the caret. And when we get this, we're going to press and drag up from here. And that's going to put a directional handle at this anchor point that used to not have one. So we're going to drag up and we're going to try to get this neck part coming down closer to the black and orange beak. So drag it out, get it to look something like that. Now we're going to come to this one, and this is behaving not the way we expect. So we're going to press on this one and pull down to create that leading directional handle coming down. And we're going to get the top of the swan to look right. Well, not quite. Do your best. Mine is extended quite a way, but that's okay. All right, from here, we're going to switch to our direct selection tool. The shortcut for that is letter A. And we're going to take this bottom direction handle that we just drew, and we're going to shorten it up. So the cool thing about that tool that we just used, the anchor point tool, is that these two directional handles are already independent. We didn't, normally when you drag one, the opposite end goes the same distance, but when we drew this out with the anchor point tool, these two things are independent. They're already split for us, so you can move them independently. So we're just going to shorten up this curve so it's a little bit smaller here. All right. Then we're going to take our direct selection tool, and if we want to shorten up this one a little bit, we can do that as well. So we see that the curvature comes in right here and leaves right here, something like that. All right, one more thing to accomplish. We're going to go to our layers panel and we are going to show the background and we're going to show the wing. So this wing is something that has been pre-drawn for us. It's made up of a series of simple paths that are overlapping, and this right edge over here is currently a rounded corner point, and we're gonna, or I mean, so rounded. It is a rounded, therefore smooth point. We want to make it a corner point. So with our direct selection tool, let's click to select this shape, this wing shape, and specifically click to select this anchor point right here. We're going to take our anchor point tool and we are going to click on this anchor point and we're going to change it from a rounded smooth point to a corner point. We're going to switch back to our direct selection tool and we're going to take this anchor point and we're just going to drag it up so that it matches this point in the V of the neck of the swan, so to speak. So we're just going to drag it up to that point. Then we're going to come over to this anchor point and we have a directional handle, a leading handle out here. We're going to select that. Oops. Of course we are. Let's get back to this. We're going to select this leading handle and we're going to pull it out more. Notice how it's making that curve change. And we're just going to kind of round this up a little bit. So, I don't know, somewhere in there. So we have converted some and we have dragged out other points. From here, we can deselect. I think I shifted my background just a smidge. Not that it matters all that much, but you know, there we go. From here, we can deselect and we can do a file, save as, and this is our final swan. So this is the end of chapter 6, and we can save our file at that point. Let's close this out, and then I'm going to talk about some practice files and some homework. So close that out.